What is good with y'all? It's your boy Chris, and we're back on Spurs Spotlight with another banger.
Yeah, y'all gonna stop coming in my live talking about this Victor dude, bro. We hooping this year. Y'all gonna see.
So today we have some interesting news regarding Demar DeRozan. I did not see this coming at all. The Dunk Central posted the Spurs are showing interest in Demar DeRozan per Flash Sport. I'ma just come out and say it. I don't like this move. And I don't think that this is accurate. I think this is somewhat like the NBA draft whenever it was coming out that the Spurs are interested in this player and that player and every player in the draft. I think it's somewhat of a smokescreen. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they're really interested in DeMar DeRozan, and at that, I don't think DeMar DeRozan is interested in the Spurs. For reason number one, let me just say this. If you have DeMar DeRozan, what do you do with Sohan and Stephon Castle when all three of them are on the court? You're not making a three-pointer. On top of that, we're one of the worst teams in three-point percentage last season. Adding Stephon Castle, who's not going to be a great three-point shooter year one, let's just be honest, next to DeMar DeRozan and Jeremy Sohan, that doesn't make sense. This is not the Spurs way, honestly. We have Chris Paul, who's aging already. He's 40 years old. Adding a DeMar DeRozan, who's probably close to 35, that's just not a smart move. I hope this is not anything serious, which I don't think it is. If anything, I'm cool with Lauri Markkanen. Let's just say that. I'm cool with Lauri Markkanen, but DeRozan is where I draw the line. Do not get DeRozan back on this team. Doesn't fit the timeline either. This would just be putting us in the mid area of the draft, honestly. Then that's not where you want to be. You don't want to be in the middle. You either want to be on the winning side, you want to win, or you want to be losing, you want to tank. This will put us right in the middle and be like the Kings for like the past 20 years before they actually started winning some. So yeah, that's my take on it. I don't want DeRozan. But we also have a clip from Bill Simmons. He talked about the Spurs and said they should go after DeMar DeRozan and Lauri Markkanen with some of their picks. They can offer Devontae Graham and Zach Collins in exchange. So let's go ahead and give that a listen. I'm pulling out the headphones again. Let's see what Bill Simmons got to say.
And then San Antonio would be the other one, because they could offer Zach Collins or Devontae Graham and a bunch of picks. They could end up potentially, if they really wanted to go nuts, try to get DeRozan too, and end up with.
They don't want to go nuts.
Wemby, Markkanen, Chris Paul, DeRozan, Castle, Devin Vassell, Sohan, Trey Jones. Geez, I'm old. Trey Jones and Keldon Johnson. But, you know, you could do a sign and trade with DeRozan. The Spurs could say, fuck it. We have Wemby. There's no way we're going to be a bottom five team with Wemby anyway. We have a bunch of picks from other teams. Let's just try to be good. They have so many picks that they could probably put together the best package for Markkanen. I like the combo of him and Wembanyama. I don't know. I would think about it if I was the Spurs.
You know, we do have a lot of excess picks, but that's for the future. It's not really for right now. We're not going to go ahead and just give up all of our stash of picks just to be good right now. They're trying to build something that's better than good. They were trying to be a great team in the future and maintain it over years like you saw with Tim Duncan in the Tim Duncan era.
As you know, I'm on the record. I don't like being in the middle. But if you have Wembanyama and the history of having like these transformative guys, is it always happens much faster than you think. It happened with Luka, happened with LeBron. It just, you're speeding up the timetable for when you're going to be relevant.
It did happen with Luka. He was really good whenever he first came into the league and the Mavs weren't expecting it. And they ended up pulling off a trade for Kristaps Porzingis, and that put them in a hole. They had to build themselves out of that hole just to lose in the finals. Who knows if they're going to be back? The thing with the Mavs is they're not going to be a dynasty. They let so many first-round picks go. They just spent 2 first-round picks for P.J. Washington because Grant Williams. They traded for a first for Grant Williams, and then they packaged Grant Williams with the first to go for P.J. Washington, and that's 2 first-round picks out the door for a role player. I didn't like what the Mavs did with that, and I don't want the Spurs to go down that same path.
And maybe it's time, if they feel like they have all these excess picks, grab Markkanen now. You can pay them. Maybe do a descending extension where it's the most money the first year and it starts coming down. You got to think about it. And then that's really it. I can't really think of another team that makes sense for him. So
I do like Lauri Markkanen. I do think if the price is right, we should trade for him because he is a good fit next to Wemby. I think that could possibly be the best 4 you could have next to Wemby. just because he's a 7-foot, 40% three-point shooter. So I like the Lauri Markkanen idea. But DeMar DeRozan, you do not go after DeMar DeRozan. You do not give up any picks for DeMar DeRozan. Not one first-round pick. I wouldn't do that. But even at that, I don't think DeMar DeRozan would sign this. Another tweet by Spurs reporter says, multiple teams have discussed a sign and trade for DeRozan, but our sources say a return to San Antonio is not likely, and rumors may be inflated. New cap rules are preventing teams from offering DeRozan the 3-year deal he is searching for. Facts. With the new CBA, man, money is not just going to be thrown around like it was like 2 years ago. That's why the Spurs are building this team cautiously. They're building this team very carefully from the ground up. As you've seen with the Nuggets, they're losing key pieces because the team was built in the old CBA. And the new CBA is kind of destructing that, and they're probably going to have to rebuild that team a little bit, retool it. But yeah, they've lost Jeff Green, they lost KCP recently, and they also lost Bruce Brown. So that team's somewhat falling apart. Also seen with the Timberwolves, they're going to have to trade someone. They have the McDaniels dude on a max contract. They have Cat on a big contract, Gobert on a big contract. Ant-Man, I don't know if he signed that extension already. Pretty sure he's going to get a bag when he does, if he hasn't already. But yeah, that team is sent out a lot of money, and it's going to have to be, decisions are going to have to be made with that team. And I don't want to put the Spurs in that position to where we go and sign DeRozan, a 3-year deal with the bag that he wants, or Lauri Markkanen with the bag that he wants, and then you have to make decisions with Sohan whenever it's time to pay him, with Wemby whenever it's time to pay him, with Stephen Castle whenever it's time to pay him. So I think it's just best to stay away from this DeRozan talk. I get Lauri Markkanen. Even if we could get him on a team-friendly deal, that would be amazing. I love Markkanen if the price is right. But stay away from DeRozan. The time is already passed, so I think we need to let that one go. DeRozan's gone. Let him do whatever he wants in the future. Wish him the best. But let's focus here on the Spurs. Stay away from DeRozan. But yeah, man, let me know what y'all are thinking. Leave a like. Leave a comment down below. What are y'all thinking? Do y'all like DeRozan? Do y'all like Lauri? Who would y'all rather have? Me personally, I'd rather have Markkanen, but that's just me. Other than that, make sure you subscribe to Spurs Spotlight. That's me and boy Chris, and I'm out. Peace.